Hi, my name's Rivera. I work for an organization called Potters for Peace. We train potters in third world countries around the world to make small enterprises and to make this. This is a ceramic weapon of mass bacterial destruction. It's been proven by MIT, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Cambridge, Oxford, Bristol, and many other universities that it works. You put dirty water in, like this, gray water that many communities still drink, and it comes out crystal clear. We're going to see a short movie, and I'll be talking it through, of how we do it in West Darfur, Jenin, where there's genocide happening, and how it's done in the community. This specific project was supported financially by Oxfam UK. This is how the nasty, dirty water goes in, and transparent, clean water comes out. We use local clays. We work with only local potters. So the women you see here are already potters. We teach them how to process the clay. We teach them how to process burnout material that could be sawdust. In this case, it's milled peanut husks. The most difficult part of working with them, the transfer of technology with potters, is teaching how to keep formulas. Because if you change the formula, you change the filtration rate, and then it won't remove bacteria. The pore size of these filters here range from 6 micron down to 0.2 micron. Most bacteria, or all bacteria, are about 3 micron. So they simply do not fit, and they die in the filter. The women now are mixing it by hand, wet, and they're going to be using a machine that's been designed by many designers. We've worked with every country in the world has a better design, so we'll just try out. This one's been designed, the machine you will see soon, was designed in Holland, and it was copied in Nicaragua, copied in Cambodia, and Nicaragua and Cambodia. And you can purchase them in those 3 countries, and we train people how to do them. We also supply them the designs for people to start their own little factories. Now they place the clay inside these molds. These molds are aluminum. They could be fiberglass, they could be wood, they could be cement. And they place their clay inside. Actually, the machine's designed to be run by only 2 women, but there were 5 women that want to be in the video, so I said, go ahead. And my translator wanted to be in the video, but I didn't let him. And so we decided the technology should use something you can get anywhere in the world, and that's a truck jack. You can get it in wherever there's a truck or a bus, there's a jack. And you could do this most any place. So it's sandwiched between 2 molds, and the excess clay is taken out. Excuse me? Yeah. And then pressure is released. Now, I've been 24 years working with this project, and for the first 20 years, it failed. Not because we didn't eliminate bacteria. The technological place worked. It was because I was invited by NGOs overseas to train people, potters, how to make them, and then leave. When the NGO left, so did the potters stop making filters. Now we approach very differently. We work closely with IDE, with other NGOs. Every NGO in these countries that we work with, all 16, they have an ownership. They form a micro-enterprise. So we could leave, or the NGO could leave, and there's a micro-enterprise standing that can continue to produce these things and sell them. Right now, there's factories throughout Central America, every country in Central America, Haiti, Cuba. Actually, Cuba is the only country in the world who's taken it as an official program of the government. And so every time a new home is given out, a new water filter is given also. We work in, we'll begin Kenya very soon. We have a large factory in Ghana, 3 factories in Cambodia that we've helped, 1 in Bali. We're heading for Tanzania, Yemen. We just finished establishing one yesterday in Yemen. And the maybe it's an honor, maybe it isn't, but the United States Army Corps of Engineers bought 4 of these machines, and they're making filters in Iraq. We introduce some technology. We introduce a specialized kiln that uses less firewood. We use about the same firewood they use. We concentrate the heat, and we teach them how to measure, because they have many variables in making this. If you go too hot, they don't filter correctly, or too low. We do introduce this digital pyrometer to help them control. We thought they wouldn't learn how to do it, but they learned just like they learned how to figure out a cell phone and a calculator. So we measure the temperature throughout the kiln and try to have a pretty much equal temperature before it's fired. Once they're fired, we have to test them, the first quality control. So we put them in water for 24 hours, then we fill them with water once again, and we measure the amount of water that sweats out of them, that seeps out of them. And if they filter from 1 to 2.5 liters an hour, we keep them. If they don't, we throw them, we break them. That's the #1 quality control. The women where we work with in Darfur already make pottery. They make these water jars. So we also asked them to make the outside pot, so this could fit inside of. And here they're burnishing it. And that's the finished product. We're going to microenterprise some design work of having them deal with costing, and for retail and wholesale at 100. And I'll stop right there. We've been doing, like I said, lately, over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been quite successful. We're a very small NGO. We consist of 1.5 people, 1.5 time, and 1 person full-time and half-time person. But we're able to work in all these countries because we coordinate with people who are on the ground. And those people are IDE, other NGOs, the Red Cross. In fact, the Red Cross owns some factories themselves, so they're able to generate income for the organization. Thank you.